It's TNT. I'm Tommy,
I'm Nick.
I am Tarad.
and this is the Anime Covers.
So today we're actually not going to be covering an anime. The thing is, we were technically challenged by a group of friends at work. They've actually hit us up on their own podcast. They're known as the SKY ORCAS.
SKY ORCAS.
Yes, they're actually pretty good. I've listened to them. They have a few different things going on between the members. So the main one that had challenged me was Cobra Kiefer, and it wasn't even a challenge until later. Basically, what it was him and Pork Chop and one of their other friends was coming up with a crew from One Piece, Luffy's crew, using other anime and everything. And I was working near them, and they were asking me for some help, and I asked them what was going on. He told me. I go, okay, you know what? Let me do this. Give me about a day or two. I'll create a team that would wipe the floor with yours. He goes, well, we're just goofing off. I go, no, I'm serious. Actually put thought into it and make an actual team. And I will create a team and beat you. I go, you know what? I'll even do you a little bit better. I will not pair up multiple members from the same anime. So every crew member would be from their own anime. Nothing before 2000, and I would try to stay away from the bigger names like Dragon Ball, One Piece, of course. I doubt Bleach was out. I don't think Bleach was out by then, so I wouldn't be touching Bleach or anything else like that. And then everything. I was talking with Mr. Maelstrom, my main friend from that group, and everything, and he accepted it. Because I told him what Kiefer did and everything. So I got with Tommy and Tarad. I talked to them about it. And they go, yeah, sure. I go, okay, guys, I'm going to make my own team. You guys can make your own, which they've started doing. They haven't fully finished it.
Slackers.
Yeah. But to be fair, I made my team in roughly 4 hours by myself. And I'm pretty confident in it. So there's that. And
I got some. Ooh.
so basically what it would have been is so I talked with them and they go, yeah, sure, we'll do it. I go, okay, like I said, you guys can either do your own or I can do my own. Then on our next show we can dedicate it to building an entire team going over the anime using different characters. And they were cool with it. So that's actually what we're going to be doing today. And I call it the One Piece Crew Challenge.
It's kind of difficult, especially if you've only seen a handful of animes.
Yes, because there are, well, at least with my speculations, I don't expect us to hold us to those speculations today. But there are technically, 10, 11 crew members, if you don't include the captain, because the captain would be yourself.
About 10, yeah.
Yeah, because then you'd have,
Command, this is 10 of them.
yeah, because then you'd have your first mate, your swordsman, your navigator, your sniper, your chef, your doctor, your archaeologist, which I put as archaeologist / researcher, your musician, your shipwright, and then just the newest one is your helmsman. So there's the 10 there and everything. And if, like Tommy said, if you don't know a lot of them, it's going to be a little bit difficult to do it. But I thought I got a pretty decent team down. So I had myself as the captain. My first mate was Spike Spiegel from Cowboy Bebop.
That's nice.
Well, I was originally thinking Roni
Yeah,
Kenshin
wow.
as my first mate. But I wanted my first mate to be, technically speaking, someone who would follow very similar moral compass. And the one thing with Kenshin from Roni Kenshin is his no killing policy. Because I know sooner or later you will have to kill.
Right.
Doesn't matter why, doesn't matter when, but it would happen. And if not, as been seen in with a lot of anime, it can come back to bite you.
Right. Right, man.
So I said, oops, I'm going to have to bypass him and go with Spike. I feel confident that he could do it. Before I get any further, because I forgot to mention it, I asked him a little bit more about the challenge, and he goes, well, thing is, it's only going to be One Piece anime level tech. So there's not going to be extreme high tech. So, and since Spike mainly uses his guns,
He's good.
he's good. So my next one was my swordsman. And I've told both Tommy and Sherrod and a few other people, and they were like, why? Because I got guts from Berserk.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Yeah, you gotta remember, if you've never seen Berserk, so Guts is the main character.
Yeah.
And he is absolutely
broken.
not broken. He kills like high level demons and gods all through the entire anime.
Broken.
Yes, I know. I already knew I got like 2 broken people on here outside of Guts. So it's
With the Berserk armor? Broken.
yeah.
Broken.
But you gotta remember the drawback of the Berserker armor.
Okay.
It does eat at his insanity. It does cause him
Too good.
injuries because even if he's injured, it binds his bones together, binds and keeps moving him. So it does have drawbacks. My next one was
Very true. Very true.
yep. So my next one was my navigator. She is the only one on my crew who technically cannot fight in any shape or form. And that was because of her position as navigator from the anime she's from. This is Melfina, of course, from Outlaw Star.
Great navigator.
Yes. Well, she's basically a living navigating computer. Yeah. So
I've never seen this anime, so I have no idea.
it's an oldie. It's really good. I do recommend it to people. It's 26 episodes, so it'd be a decent starter.
My brother made me watch it.
Yeah. And especially who I chose as my shipwright, they go hand in hand. And I'm going to try to reveal people as they actually join the crew. So you'll find out who my shipwright is in a little bit. My next one is my sniper. This is the only one I broke my rule of anything newer than 2000. And the thing is, I only broke it by a year. So it was when the anime dropped in 2001, and I chose Ceres Victoria from Helsing.
Nice. Nice.
So I don't feel as bad because it was only a year. I didn't break it by like a decade or anything like that.
Still broke it.
Yes, and I admit that. I will fully admit I did break it, but I didn't overly break it.
That is true.
So the next one would have been
Was there any real good snipers pre-2000? Like 2000 plus level snipers? If we've been honest. Like
it would depend on what you technically classify as a sniper.
Okay, because we've seen.
Is it just someone who? I know most people who think of sniper thinks of using an actual rifle, using an actual gun.
I think of accuracy.
Well,
I mean,
there's
Usopp from One Piece, he's a sniper, but he only uses a slingshot.
yeah. Well, that's what I'm
I
saying.
love using anything.
But
So is
most commonly when you hear sniper, you're thinking military level sniper.
Ben Beckman is not the sniper. He's the first mate, right? But
Yeah, no, sniper is actually Usopp's father
right. Yeah, it's awesome.
and everything. So there are some characters
But
who
is
could be.
he classified as a sniper because he shoots? Big Beckman, his power, he uses his guns, the armament hockey with his bullets. So that's why he can pierce. That's why Marine Ford, the admiral, was like, "Yep, I ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna leave it."
Well, it's Shank's crew too. So
Yeah, they is, bro.
yeah, they're the only crew that has no devil fruit powers.
November 4th, film red. I definitely went behind America's Back and seen it already. But it's a very great movie.
Oh, I'm sure. So then, as I was saying, Ceres Victoria was my sniper. Next one is my cook, my chef. I feel bad about this one, but at the exact same time, I don't. So my chef, and I will freely admit, yes, I did choose her, Sailor Jupiter
Oh, God.
from Sailor Moon. Yes. Well, I had broke it down between 2 characters for my doctor, and I chose, well, one of them was Sailor Moon, and I didn't really want to break things of doing double up. So I went and stopped, and I got a better doctor. who is actually my next reveal because that's how he joined, is Belle Dandy from Oh My Goddess. She is a literal goddess.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Never seen that.
Cheaters. Well, I can't.
Hey,
The Zeno,
yeah, Mister. I want to choose Zeno.
I ain't gonna lie, I choose Zeno too. I ain't even gonna.
And you know what? Well.
Zeno.
I just say, you know what? I just need one guy that can say,
What the hell?
I don't care how powerful you are. You're all dead now.
Alucard.
Good one.
So, but anyways, for Oh My Goddess, it is an older anime. It does center around the life between our main character Kenichi, as I believe how you pronounce his name, and Belle Dandy. Belle Dandy was part of a goddess help hotline. Basically, mortals accidentally dial this line and are granted a wish.
Oh, okay.
But when Belle Dandy showed up and everything, he thought his elders, because they were in college and everything, were messing around with him. Because he was sort of like the gopher, the one that does everything for him.
Right.
But no, she grants the wish, destroys the dorm they're in to begin with, unleashing the powers. And the phrase he uses, since he thought it was just a giant joke, goes, "I wish for a goddess like you to be by my side always."
Wow.
And I will admit this right now, people, if you haven't seen it and are going to, I'm going to drop a giant spoiler and everything right now on it. If you have seen it, you know what I'm about to talk about. So, at the very end of the series, because they never completed the anime, they completed the manga, you come to find out that phrase is how gods propose to goddesses.
What? So they married?
Well, it is a romance. It is a comedy. So over the course of it, you see the relationship grow and become deeper. And yes, they do fall in love, fully in love. And yes, they do get married. But at the end of it, after they got married and everything, she reveals to him what that phrase actually means to a goddess and to a god.
So she already knew it was never in her head. Or was it like maybe? Well, that was just his wish. He just.
Well, it was just the wish and everything. And she knew from a moral standpoint, they did not know what that meant to them, to a goddess.
Right.
So, but yeah, it is a really good one. It does have some mythology in it, especially with Belle Dandy and her two sisters and everything, because they do represent, their names actually represent the fate from Norse mythology. The Norns of present, which is what Belle Dandy is. Her eldest sister is the Norn of the past, and their youngest sister is the Norn of the future, basically the Fates.
Oh.
But yes, so that is actually a really good anime. It is a romance comedy, so if you're into it, like I said, they never completed the anime, but they did.
Good little weekend binge. How long is the anime? Episodes.
I think they only got up to like maybe 20 or 30 episodes with like 2 or 3 movies, a couple original videos of them.
I'll see some movies.
Oh, nice.
Some OVAs of them. But yeah, no, it completed in the manga and everything, and it is really good. So that is a good recommendation for me. So then after the doctor, it was Robin joined them. So they're a researcher.
Mm-hmm.
Well, technically archaeologist, but like I said, I dropped it as a researcher as well. And who I chose was a really difficult one and everything. And now that I think about it, that's actually 2 people on my crew who can't fight. My navigator and my researcher. I just remembered that. So yeah. Ritzo is, I believe, how you pronounce the name. The main scientist from Evangelion. So if nobody's seen that, what it is it's a mech anime.
Yeah.
Basically what has happened is there was a research project in Antarctica where they found what they classified as the first angel, Adam.
Okay.
And he started multiplying. Well, they stopped it. When they did, they turned the entire sea around Antarctica red and rendered all life in it dead.
What the fudge?
Yeah. And it started the basically apocalypse. Because as you find out as the series progresses,
Hear that? Okay. I was just wondering. I'm sorry.
but as the series progresses, angels appear, and they had created these biomechanical organisms known as the Evangelions. And she's like one of the top researchers in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you hear any small noises in the background, Trod hasn't eaten all day, and he's snacking right now. So
He's being hungry.
and nothing wrong with that. So there's that.
Man. I ain't nothing.
And I'm trying to remember
I'm trying to cheat over here. It's not working.
musician. There we go. The musician was next.
It's hard. I'm looking up musicians at the moment.
Yeah.
I can't find
So musicians is a little bit of a harder one
it. Very hard.
because that is actually part of a genre all by itself,
Yeah.
or a subgenre at least. And I got one of the few good battle musicians, I guess you could call it, and that is Haruka from Fooly Cooly.
Cooly cooly.
Yes, a good anime and everything else like that. I skipped one because they're supposed to be shipwright then musician. Oh well.
Frankie Dick.
Yep, they got Frankie because he created the Thousand Sun,
Yeah, the Sunny.
Sunny Thousand, something like that. And then they got Brooke. So I'll drop. So I just switched them around, but no biggie. So the one I dropped for my shipwright, even though they're using only One Piece level tech, they break everything just because of who it is.
I thought you said my dude.
No. Who it was Washu from Tenchi Muyo, who again is a literal goddess and the smartest woman in the universe. So even with One Piece level tech, she's creating spaceships, she's creating everything. And with her, because she was the first one I thought of for my crew as my navigator. And then from there, it's like, well, who'd be good, or not navigator, but shipwright. So who would be a good navigator to go with Washu? And that's what got me thinking Melfina. And the last one is our helmsman. So for that one, that took me a while. I will admit that. Most of these I got done in like 2 hours that night that the challenge was issued. This next one was a little bit harder. It took me a little bit thinking because I actually looked up what a helmsman is. They're the ones who basically steer and a few other jobs. So I went and stopped and thought. And it wasn't until the next day, about to head into work, that it hit me of who's my helmsman. I chose Vash the Stampede. And don't get me wrong, Vash has a no killing policy as well. But
Didn't everybody think he still kills though?
that's because of knives, though, that of his brother. Considering that they, knives activated a very powerful weapon on Vash, as they're not human and everything. But yeah, so that's my crew I chose, and I'm very confident in thinking, at least for most. I won't say all, because there are people who are going to be broken and go, oh, I choose All Might at his prime. Oh, I choose Ultra Instinct Goku.
Definitely choosing him. Just saying. I'm just putting that out there now. He's one of my people.
Yeah, no, and that's fine. And everything later down the road, we'll have to sit down and basically get stats for everybody.
Just break everybody. Make a totally broken team. That's totally easy. We could break a team right now.
Yeah, if we really wanted to. So I've talked with both Tommy and Tarad, and I've talked with the SKY ORCAS about doing these challenges back and forth and dropping names here and there. And they fully agree, because we work together. We have a lot of the same interests as each other. So But yeah, if you
And
want,
our main interest is if we don't like our job.
yeah, it's not so much the job, really.
Oh, that's right.
Atmosphere.
That's right.
It's the atmosphere, and it's only a select few people that create that atmosphere. Yeah. Once again, we're never dropping
Names.
anything outside of our actual names, where we work, who we work with, or anything else like that, folks. If you know us, please do not say anything.
We're no.
But in all actuality, yeah, management does cause some issues here and there. And part of that is they're just so removed from our line of the work
Yeah.
that they can't understand anymore.
So, get back on topic.
Yeah, so getting back on topic.
I searched in One Piece crews with other anime,
Okay.
and it brought me up a Reddit page.
I knew they would bring up right. I was looking at. I think.
And there's like 3 or 4, about 10 of these people who actually made crews.
Well, it's
you know
It's
that.
kind of interesting, but so a lot of them I kept using like say their helmsman. This guy used Jinbei from One Piece. I'm like, all right, you're doing a One Piece character. That just says he's the best helmsman, right? Or stuff like that.
Technically, is the best Himson. I'm just
Well, on
He's a
he's
fish
also
man.
the only One Piece character on the crew that can go underwater at the moment. Isn't he?
I mean, no, it's a lot of them that can. They can
Oh,
swim.
okay.
They can all go in the water. The only ones that really can't
Are
is
the
Chopper,
devils. Yeah. Well, he's
Nico,
there's like 3
Nico,
people
Luffy. Yeah, them only 3.
There's like 3 people though on the on Luffy's crew that can actually swim.
Which in a new manga chapter, we see that they are always the only 3 that fall in the water.
Yeah.
For some reason, the only one that can seem to stay on the boat is Nico with the devil fruits.
True.
Yeah.
True.
but no.
But so I got one here that got
I understand that because it's an interesting concept that creating a crew for One Piece for Luffy's crew. Let me rephrase that.
yeah.
Using other anime or maybe even other characters in general.
I was gonna say, can we do a One Piece crew with only One Piece characters? That would be dope because I already know.
So-
You can make an OP One Piece crew.
You can, but what generation are we going to talk about? Are we talking about Luffy's generation? Are we talking about like?
See, do we do a generational barrier, or is we just doing?
And that's what I'm saying.
All time, or do we do all
Well,
time?
we know the fact that there's a
We can do all
time crew, so
time.
we don't have to have a generational barrier.
But do we know who has it?
True.
So
It's someone chick.
It
I
is
think
Odin's wife.
which I don't know if she's still alive. I think she's
No, she died before she sent them to
I
the
have
future.
no idea who
She died with Odin at the.
Because she's from the first age. Because One Piece is in ages.
Yes, technically speaking, she is from the first age.
yeah, because
But at
the,
the end of
Void
the
Century.
first age. So
The Void Century is
Yeah, she's from the Void. She's from right
she's from 20
before.
years ago, I guess, right? Because
No.
she sent them 20
She-
years to the future.
She is, but she's before that. She's from when the world was in a war, and then
She's from Gold Roger age.
before that.
Her and if she's Odin's wife. then
Well,
her
yeah,
and
she's
Odin-
Odin's wife because
that's
she
the
came
live-
forward. They
But
can't go
Odin
back.
is younger than Gold Roger.
Yeah, Odin's wife, One Piece, is
She didn't.
older than
She
you
didn't
think she
travel
is.
time.
It is not known. Koziki
She-
Toki
She
is
sent them 20 years into the future.
yeah, she did, but she's way before it. She was born 830 years before the present day.
So she's from.
the past.
Yeah, she's by the time she was 26, she jumped forward in time. The devil fruit ability is about 30 years before the present, when she met Odin, which
Right.
stayed with him for 10 years.
Right.
But before that, before she was like way before even Odin was born, or before Gold Roger was born,
Right.
or even people in the
But we talk about from Gold Roger age.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, even then, name drop. Does that mean she's from Joy Boy age? The
If
Joy
she's
Boy,
from the Joy Boy age,
She
Which
gotta
is-
be. Let's
she
see.
got to be from the Void Century.
which is the Void.
Right. It's right at the end.
Birth-
Like right when that happened.
Only
She had to come out right after. Because when the Void Century, like what, 1,000 or something years ago?
800 years ago.
800 years ago? Yeah, so she was born.
The-
At least I think that's what they said. It's been a minute since I've seen One
So
Piece.
she probably is from the past, but her present age is probably what she
Oh
probably
yeah,
left.
she died at
probably jumped.
36. Her age was 36.
So there is-
So she probably just.
So there's no. So
There's-
you know she jumped. She didn't change.
She
her
was
age.
alive before the Void Century ended. She probably jumped before the
Yeah.
whole thing
So
happened.
there's technically with her and with a lot of anime characters that do that weird jumping stuff, you have their chronicle age,
Yeah.
which is how old they actually are, like us.
They got the little champion.
And then you have their actual birth age.
Yeah, so she was born 830 years before the present time, which is during the Void Century. Despite being part of the Amatsuki, the animal family, she did not know about her homeland. After consuming the Toki Toki no Mi, she traveled forward in time multiple times whenever she was in danger.
Right.
So, and then she eventually found her way and was found by Odin,
Right. He
who
said,
saved her, and then she married Odin.
yeah, she fell in love because that's what she said before she sent everybody 20. She says y'all turn, like I'm gonna send y'all 20 years in time, and this my time, and I'm gonna have Odin.
Yeah, just like that.
like a speech or whatever.
But
Yeah. So, anyways, going back on topic. But yeah.
there's a couple of and some of these make sense. Like a navigator, you got Shikamaru from Naruto,
I'm telling you,
right?
Gotta be a
Who's got
navigator.
a 210
Yeah, he-
IQ or something like that.
yeah.
him or
Or you got
gotta put them.
So I will admit this. I've talked with them about it. I feel that we should have added just a nod place of strategist on it
Mhm.
on the crew, because you're gonna need somebody like that. And I always felt I'm gonna probably go.
pirate.
Yeah. Well,
Do we use that? Because Luffy, if we talking strategists and we going off One Piece alone, the main protagonist in One Piece, Law. He strategizes.
You know what his strategy
Law
is?
does
His strategy
strategize.
is just to run straight
Luffy's
forward.
just like me.
yeah, that-
food fight.
that would be Luffy's crew. That would be Luffy, but I'm
right,
saying in
yeah,
general,
you're right.
you'd think they'd have like a strategist, which I always felt Nezu from My Hero Academia, the headmaster.
Definitely broke his strategy.
Who's got a higher IQ, Nezu or Shikamaru?
Gotta be Nezu.
With his
I think they said that his IQ is what they say it was.
high spec is his quirk.
Yeah.
So
It's his, he has to have.
not only that is he's not as bogged down with human rationality
Yeah.
and human emotions because he doesn't understand them.
And
He's
he'll
not
probably be
human.
more brutal since he's been through testing.
Yeah,
He
they've been in some theories. They've hinted that he found out who exactly was testing on him and ran them through the same tests as him.
had to. You know he did. He got that smart. He had to. Then he ain't just gonna let them go past. Plus, they was probably bad guys anyway, so he probably was like, "Yep, hero." I'm a hero."
Not so much bad guys, maybe even neutral, because he's one of the few animals they've stated that have a quirk.
True.
So he's an anomaly, and they would, unless he's not fully.
But they
animal.
said he had gained. I mean, he had like probably like a dormant quirk or something like that. But they said from the like when they introduced him, they was like from the years of testing, he gained the quirk or whatever. He'd be the IQ basically.
Yeah, the high spec.
Trying to figure out what his IQ is.
Who, Nezu?
Yeah. He doesn't tell me.
Didn't they say it in the episode? I think when they introduced him, they was like, "Oh, he's been." They all. That's one thing my hero will do is
How
introduce the character.
smart.
It's nested.
Yeah. Smart is a Nezu from IQ.
If we talking about strategies though, and we going to Naruto at this, I'm picking Itachi over Shikamaru. And
Itachi?
only reason I say this is he's such a strategist. Think about it. Just overall speaking, without him, the Hidden Leaf would have been done. Without him, he almost killed Madara from the grave. If we talking strategists, he was so. If
That's
Shikamaru
kinda
wouldn't even be
difficult.
able to mess. I'm in a hand-on-hand fight going strategy to strategy. Itachi would win fighting Shikamaru. I feel like if we talking strategy,
Yeah, let's see
I
here.
don't know if Shikamaru could make somebody die from.
Shikamaru's IQ is 200. It never doesn't tell me what Nezu's is. Doesn't know what it said. But I would assume it's close. Shikamaru versus Nezu. Yeah, Shikamaru versus Neji. Eh. But you know, and then we got this one.
You said they said
Soma,
what's
like
the
the one I
what?
wanted. Soma,
Shikamaru who what?
Shikamaru is Nezu.
You said they had Neji.
Yeah, it came up with Neji instead of Nezu. Autocorrect.
Yeah, they're not giving
like
it.
my cook, right? My cook's gonna be Soma from Food Wars,
Which is a good cook.
which is dude, one of the best cooks out there. And then I got my doctor is gonna be Sakura because she's got a monstrous strength. They count this one right here for a doctor as Karin Uzumaki from Naruto
I was
because her power is you can bite her and
you're
you're
right.
healed.
You're healed.
Yeah. But at the exact same time, they don't go into full depth of how badly damaged.
You can be. Yes.
Because some stuff she can't. Well, I remember that one instance where who had got they had was fighting somebody. I think it was after Killer Bee, and she said that biting her wouldn't be enough.
Yeah. So there
Yeah.
is a upper limit.
I think the only one better in Naruto that can heal is one of the Pains because he can literally bring him back to life and put
that
skull
was my
back in your
doctor.
body.
That was my doctor.
So the thing with that though, that
He
was
had
one of the
Jenny.
paths.
He's broken.
So that is just an ability of the Renegon.
Yeah. Dude,
Still picking pain. He's broken. He's a broken doctor. He can end everybody else and heal everybody else. Like he's
Yeah, but
his power
healing.
without limitations, without the
Yes.
the man got limitations. His power is basically yin and yang. He's basically an unstoppable force. I had this argument with my brother actually when I was arguing about Naruto versus Dragon Ball Z because he said
but this one's got the swordman has guts like you got as well.
has to be guts.
Then you got
I like Sasuke though.
an engineer, right, or a shipwright. You got Edward Elric from Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah. Which is understandable because with alchemy, he can basically, as long as he knows the components and the makeup of them, he can basically
I
fix them.
want to use the first Hokage because he can just. You want a ship? How big? What size? Wood style.
But at the exact same time, you gotta stop and think. It's not only the ship; it's the components on the inside as well
True.
that aren't technically wood.
Yeah.
So
Well, then you can just do. All right.
here's your
got-
shell,
Here's
basically.
the shell, and it's never gonna break. You got its chakra infused.
I mean, technically speaking, if he wanted to, it's all about imagination. I mean, he made a Buddha with 100 hands, so pretty sure it ain't hard to make
That's
some cannon.
A million hands.
A million
but
hands.
Thank
You
you.
know, I mean,
Well,
it
I
ain't
know.
hard to make a ship that's just gonna punch everything in its path
And
because you.
yeah,
are the
well,
ship.
true, 100%.
You
Yeah.
can make.
If it's your
chakra
ship's wood, he
infused
puts his hand on the wood, and he just
You
be
can
like,
just shoot chakra at people and shit.
True, very true.
It's very easy for him to probably just build whatever he's thinking of. Like, oh, what's that jutsu? Amazing ship. And just build a crazy
you
ship.
know what? I got it. I got one of my fight. I'll take it and change one of the guys to a fighter. Give me a guy with a death note. I'll just write anybody in your name and you got on there, and you're dead.
But what would he be?
What am I gonna be? You be my right hand man. My first
Okay.
mate.
Okay, you guys.
Hey, bro.
But you gotta stop and think. In order to be able to do that, he has to know their name.
Yes.
What if you're going up against somebody you don't know?
You read your mind.
Who would you get on your team to read minds?
No, not that. He can because if he gets the death note, technically speaking, he'll have a Shikigami with him. But at the cost of half a life, he'd be able to find out names and everything to get the eyes. So he could do it that way, but at the exact same time, that's only a half a lifespan. So this character of yours, who has it, is only expected to live 50 years. So he has it. So he'll only live until 25. You meet him when he's 24. You only have a year with him before he dies.
True.
So you got. I hate.
Or actually getting somebody that can read minds, and quite a few anime characters that can read minds.
Very true.
Let me
Somebody
get
like Frieza
let me
would
get
just
my
come up and just
navigator
go
out.
ask
All right.
names and just put a beam through his chest.
I'll pull my navigator out. We got Whis. He can read minds, and he can teleport.
Again, you have to stop somebody from putting a beam through his chest.
the beam through his chest.
No, Death Note. He has no
Oh,
other.
well,
thing
yeah, well,
but the
that's
book.
because he's
We should
gonna.
be like, you know what?
It's just
Now
like
we have alleviated the Death Note.
it's just like with
No, you didn't.
go
You
on.
alleviated the guy that had the Death Note.
Yeah, but you
Now I
gotta
just-
find the other guy.
Now I picked the Death Note up.
And we
Any,
just
anybody in my
alleviate you.
team can use the Death Note though. We just
yeah, that's the thing.
So
is-
can you destroy the Death Note? Can you destroy the book?
you have to be able to see it.
See the book?
I think you have to touch to see it, don't you?
I don't believe so. I think that was only with the movie adaptation they did.
Okay. Which we gonna talk about?
Well, like I said, it wasn't that bad. If it's just
So wouldn't you take the book from him and give it to somebody else?
technically speaking, you could.
Yeah.
So technically, that wouldn't count because that's not a human being.
So the Death Note itself.
Yeah,
So
you had to go with like
he couldn't
light.
be. He
Well,
couldn't
you got a
be-
robot.
Yeah, you gotta go with light.
Who?
You got a living navigating computer.
She's a biro.
But that's their
Well,
function. If
alright.
anybody on your team can use the Death Note, then the
Well,
Death
yeah.
Note-
So the Death Note will be with me then. I'm the captain.
Okay. Okay.
And then, then you got.
So we just go after the
Yeah,
captain,
we just
right?
go
Grab the
grab your
captain.
face and
But
then
then you
go
got all
out
my
the-
people in front of me that's gonna, bye.
I mean, you guys didn't know.
I got Lord Zeno as my,
I got the other Zenos, just letting you know that.
the other Zeno.
It's like-
Zeno versus Zeno. Who's gonna win? Goku.
No one.
They just gonna, oh, let's have fun.
We all lose.
Make a game out of it. I don't know. Now they're the one making the game. They put us in it.
But they got Shikamaru as just navigator and strategist is on here a lot.
I'm
Okay.
guessing the people who've done it, and nothing to go against them, they probably have not seen
Minimal.
a lot of anime.
Yeah, minimal knowledge. It's a lot of.
And
Yeah, the
He's a good one. Like we've all thought about him, but it's
Yeah.
like we
Yeah,
can
he's
definitely
decent.
think of other ones, especially strategists and. Just,
why would you use Urza Scarlet from Fairy Tale of the Helmsman? She gets lost a lot.
That's like using Zoro.
Yeah, that's like
It's like using Zoro.
very true. So it might be.
One Piece would have been done. They would have just dropped off the side of the
where
Hang on.
they dropped off the side of the world.
Hey, hang on. I got this crazy idea because of that. We need to go back and do it female only.
Definitely. Definitely. That's probably easier. I ain't gonna lie.
And with that, I want to do
Asuna will be my cook. From Sword Art Online.
fair.
Keep going, speak alone.
Swordswoman. Let's see here. Hands down.
Would she be my sword?
Ooh, Iskander, writer from Fate Zero, his first mate.
Oh, Alexander.
Or we got
There you go. There's my.
Shiro Imiwa from Ein Cheating UBW. What's UBW?
Ultra Blade Works. Fate Stay Night as well. The main
should
character
cook.
is Shiro.
As a cook.
So here we go. Swordswoman is Saber from Sword Art Online.
Oh yes.
Saber?
Yep. If you don't know who that is,
You
it's
can't use Saber. No, you gotta use what's her name?
Asuna?
Asuna.
She the cook though. You can make her the cook.
Oh
and
yeah, you can make her the cook because her
You
cook
can make
level's
her the cook. Her
100.
cook level is maxed out. So technically
no,
speaking,
but Saber is
Saber really
if
is.
you've never seen Fate Stay Night, it is basically taking historical figures, basically who have been classified as heroic spirits, and pitting them against each other in the Grail War to grant a wish.
Alright.
Saber is actually Arthur Pendragon,
Right.
so King Arthur.
Yeah.
You got the engineer is Okabe Rentaro from Steins Gate. Or what was that?
If I'm doing shit right, and we talking One Piece characters only, I just thought about this. Just it's popping my head. Bullet only because he can
Bullet.
become the ship and everything.
Yeah.
Bullet, you haven't watched that movie? Steffi?
No, I didn't watch that one. I didn't watch.
It's one of the good ones. It's one of the top ones. I would feel like top 3 out right now.
Doctor Ishian Kurosaki from Bleach.
If we're going with any characters from Bleach, I'd use either Ichigo as my swordsman,
Definitely you should go as a swordsman.
or Hime as my doctor.
Didn't she just get rid of the illness altogether or something?
No, basically it's what her ability is, and if nobody knows this, I'm sorry. Spoiler. She rejects reality. That is what her ability is. Oh, you just died. I reject it. You're fully healed.
Right. Okay.
Oh, you got a disease
That's
that
what broke her. I remember she
eating your
became
mind
broke.
away, your insanity away. Oh, I
Wow.
reject it.
You're very much well now.
Yeah, they don't figure this out until the newest arc.
I was sure gonna say towards the end though they hinted at something like that, and then like don't she say that when she
Her phrase is depending on what it is because she has 3 different things.
right
The heal ability, basically, her attack, and her defense.
but ain't one of them don't she say I
Here we go. We got
It's
sniper.
all of them. It's depending on the ability. It's
some she said
Yeah,
the same
I
amount of
reject.
names certain what names
yeah, the names of the fairies.
okay yeah.
And then it's I reject.
I reject okay
We got Shino Asada, sniper.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Fair.
What's TTGL?
TTG
Viral.
yeah.
TTGL. What's TTGL? Yeah. Gotta find out.
Wow, we have to update our knowledge, guys.
TTGL anime. Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann.
Who did they choose?
Viral.
Clue.
Viral.
We talking about sniper. I forgot. It's crazy with this sniper.
Ooh.
Gurren Lagann.
Yeah.
Lagann.
He's a shark beastman who used.
I
As
remember
he
watching
is.
this. That's crazy. I remember.
He's the helmsman.
Well,
He's
with him being a shark
definitely a
beastman,
Yeah.
fair. Very fair.
Yeah, that's a good one. Ooh,
It
I wanna
is.
watch Tengen.
with the suit.
It is a little bit older, though, from the original ones.
You
I
got
watched
Jet
it.
Black as first mate.
Jet Black.
Oh,
That's
If it's Jed, I want to say that's Cowboy Bebop.
I think it's Cowboy Bebop, if I remember correctly.
seen
Jet Black
8 episodes. Of it.
anime.
Yep.
I think that's anime. That's Cowboy
Yep,
Bebop.
it's the main
Yeah.
character. Or not main character, but the partner to.
Dr. Blackjack from Doctor. As a doctor. You got Bowles from AGK as cook.
AGK.
Search. My comic got killed.
Okay. See, when they just
Yeah.
abbreviate like that, it makes no sense.
They
Right.
don't even put it in parentheses.
This one's got Urza as a navigator from Fairytale again. What the hell?
This is
Ooh, shipwright.
From the
Kisuke
same one-
Urahara from Bleach.
That's actually not a bad one.
that's what I was.
I do more of a archaeologist slash researcher
yeah, I was
position with
that was
him.
my archaeologist slash research.
Light from Death Note as the helmsman.
Why? He don't. Is he a good?
He is actually a very intelligent person.
I've seen 5 episodes. I'm sorry, guys.
No, it's fine. He is a very intelligent person in the anime. He starts off as a dark protagonist hero and turns into a
That's not
dark
bad.
antagonist by the end of the series.
Navigator.
So he starts as a hero and just like, nope, I'm ready to kill everybody.
Navigator.
base-
Finral from Black Clover.
No, that's what I was gonna say. My story was gonna be Asta.
Asta
That's what I was trying
Ooh.
to.
But Asta's so yeah, they're big and
cancels
strong,
out
but it
every-
cancels out magic.
But
But
if we doing universal, we gotta make everybody.
is it all
universal
kinds
power
of magic,
universe.
or is it just magic from his universe?
No, we gotta do it universal because if we talking about different people from different worlds, we gotta make every power universal.
Very.
But we have to make, but we can still keep their concepts of power.
Right.
Here we go.
Like
Then
Goku can't hit himself with his own blast because of Kai. You know what I'm saying?
okay, then here we go. A good researcher, Ainz from Overlord.
Yeah. You and your overlord.
Yeah,
That's a good one. Though.
it is. Let's see here.
Ooh.
That's basically.
I got a musician slash doctor. Maki Nishikyo from Love Live It.
From what?
Love Live It. Love Live.
I think it's a newer one, so I may not be familiar with it.
And Love Live. I think that's something my girl was watching. Actually, that's crazy.
She looks
Shout out
like
to all the
she's
women
9.
who watch anime.
She looks 9.
And she's probably like 32.
Probably.
Shoot,
Medic
I don't know.
Wendy from
What-
Fairy Tale is the medic. That's pretty good.
That is, because isn't Wendy's main ability to heal?
Yeah, she's a healer.
And
And Charmy from Black Clover as the cook.
I was just gonna. That's who I meant to. That's who I wanted to be my cook. Charmy. She makes her power.
Hang on,
Don't
hang
her
on.
food give you energy and like magic and it strengthens you?
First
Charmy is.
mate, Levi Ackerman from Attack on Titan.
Fair. So
Fair.
I was talking to my brother-in-law about this and everything,
Charlie definitely the cook.
and
Shit, I rules on.
he goes, "You know what? For my cook, I have to do this. I have to get Bon from Seven Deadly Sins."
Right, that's my first choice.
Yes,
Whenever I hear
he's
Charlie,
immortal.
yeah, then he can do lifesteal. He's been through purgatory, and he's basically insanely strong now. He can fight gods on
Yeah.
par with gods without having an extra.
Shipwright, Josuke Higashikata from JoJo.
See,
I never watched JoJo, but still.
neither have I.
JoJo was too
It's-
colorful for me.
Oh my
Well,
god.
it just
is.
it's.
Gets me.
I've seen a few things. I know my wife. I know a few relatives have seen it. But it just seems like it jumps
It's
around
not
way
anime.
too much.
It's not hard to follow.
weird.
So, but no, I was just thinking. Here's another decent swordsman, Shishomaru from
Ooh.
Inuyasha.
I didn't watch Inuyasha.
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 And you watching it? And you
Inuyasha.
Whatever.
Sorry.
I butchered the name. Deal with it.
Inuyasha.
Which I think translates to dog forest, because Inu is dog, then Yasha I think it stands for forest. I could be wrong,
That's what they do in this stuff.
but that's what the main character Inuyasha was named after. It was dog forest. Because Shishomaru is like perfect assassin or deadly assassin or
I
something
mean,
like
Levi Ackerman's a great swordsman too.
that. He's got his intelligence too.
And yeah,
That's
but
the
he's
main-
a clean freak.
Yeah,
He's a
that's
germaphobe. Oh, Tanjiro Kamado from Demon Slayer. He's a swordsman.
see, I get the feeling swordsman is so easy to fill in.
Fucking Urla.
Yeah, it's
Urza
no-
is a swordsman.
I mean, you can say
Swordswoman.
Trunks if you really wanted to. Like, it's a lot of swordsmen you can
Technically
use.
speaking, you can say
Afro
Gohan.
Samurai.
You can definitely say Gohan.
Afro Samurai.
You can say
Hey, that's my man right there.
Oh, Kirito. Duh, Kirito from Sword Art Online.
Kirito.
He clearly got sword in the name.
Dual wield.
fair.
But his strength is all based off of how strong his sword is, plus his level
And his skill.
and his skill.
His skills.
So he has a
most deadly.
very high sword skill. That is true.
Who'd you say of your swordsman the first time?
Guts.
Okay.
Guts.
And
What's Sakata Jintoki from Gintama?
Never seen. Gintama. I heard a lot about it.
Yeah.
You said Saber too from Fate series.
Saber.
Not
Very
bad.
good.
She's 7 out of 15's top swordsman in anime.
Has to be.
You know,
She's kind of broken.
Ichigo is 4th.
Again,
Guts is 3rd.
Ichigo's broken. Guts is
Ooh,
broken.
Himara Kenshin from Ronin and Kenshin is 2nd.
Yeah, Kenshin Himura.
And then Hawkeye Mihawk is 1st from One Piece.
I don't know why everybody just like Hawkeye is.
Well,
then we know.
The main
Well, then we
swordsman in
know.
anime with a
Well, then we know
Knife.
that Zoro will be the strongest swordsman to be.
yeah, Zoro
we
will
know
become
he
the
will
next
be-
strongest.
So
The strongest swordsman.
this is going to be something we're going to have to actually break
Because-
down at a later time.
Yeah, because we only got a couple minutes.
Yeah, but no, I mean in general, when we pit stuff like this,
It's hard.
I get that.
Ichigo could go toe to toe. Like you got to think about like.
Yeah,
swords.
I get it. Mihawk has some great feats behind him. Don't get me wrong. He is strong, but just to go flat out, because that's going to be a personal list.
That's like saying Shanks.
Yeah.
Because technically speaking, Shanks is on par with Mihawk. He's the only one who Mihawk actually has any fun with
True,
fighting.
they are
So-
even, aren't they?
If we
But
going
he
that
won't
way,
fight
Goldie
anymore because he
Rogers.
lost an arm.
Goldie Rogers won though. If he's the strongest swordsman, then.
Goldie Roger never really fought Mihawk though.
But he was a swordsman. So if we talking
But
about,
also, Goldie Roger wasn't really a swordsman. He just kind of used his hockey.
no,
didn't
he's
he?
definitely a swordsman.
Is
Yeah.
he?
He's definitely a swordsman.
And that's just it. Is we have to break stuff down to where it's their abilities, their feats, for just to get down to that, because stuff like that's going to be more of a personal thing when it at the very heart of the matter. It is a very personal thing of, hey, who do you think is the best swordsman? Hey, who do you think is the best protagonist, antagonist? What's the best weapon? All that. That's
That feats.
yeah, it's going to come straight down to personal feelings. If we can actually break it down
I'm trying to get it factual.
and get facts, get stats for each character, and there are been people out there who do this,
Right.
and props to them, because they have to break so much stuff down, go through so much information
Yeah.
just to get this stuff to be able to do it. in my opinion, Mihawk is, I will say, top 10. Top 10.
He hasn't shown me enough though. We going based off of name.
Mihawk, he
He
may
has-
be the best in One Piece at the moment, but he's only been on the screen like 4 or
He
5
like Shanks.
times.
That's what I'm saying. He like Shanks.
Yeah. If you want someone, if you want a swordsman who is going to be the best, you're going to have to stop and think, how long have they trained as a swordsman?
Right, because we thinking
Are you talking about just straight up swordsmanship?
Captain Squire 1. Bleach.
Well, yeah, but no, I'm being legitimate right here, and I understand what you're saying. Are we talking just straight up swordsmanship? No extra powers, no extra abilities, no extra swords, just basic swords.
Right? So, the way
Mihawk-
we do that,
Mihawk, I will say, is top 10.
yeah.
But I
True.
think, and I could be completely wrong, and if people want to prove me wrong, I'm more than happy for it. But I think, at least in my opinion, again, this is going to be all personal opinion until we get it broken down. Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII can probably bitch slap.
Pardon my language.
Pardon my language. Nearly anyone, because he's going to be in the top 5. He will be top 5.
So you and me have talked about this before, remember? I said the only way to fully know who would be the top 1 swordsman is you have to do a bracket system.
You have to.
You have, but
Well,
there's
no,
so many
but it's-
anime though
it's
with
not-
swords.
Not only bracket systems, but like I said before, you have to break it down to stats. What is their base strength? What is their base speed? Their base durability? Base reaction time? Because, and then take it all into consideration. What is their sword? What type of sword do they use? Do they use a katana like Kenshin? Do they use a
Blade.
Buster
Buster sword.
like Cloud? Do they use a
Do they use a living sword, like, you know?
well, not even a living sword, but the style of sword will depend because
Big one.
that is going to be
Her sword.
the length, the weight of it, the length, width, and weight of it all determines stuff. So if you're going to go down to it, you'd have to use base swords as well, just to pick a base sword. Doesn't even matter what style, just a base sword that everybody can use. That's all same width, length, and weight. And go from there because guts. Yes, I know we're running low on time. And I know we got away from it, but still, this is very interesting.
Yeah.
You got guts from Berserk.
Yeah.
The final blade he wields, they have called it multiple times. Not a sword, but a sheet of metal with an edge. Because it is over 6 feet long and as almost wide as him, they call it Dragon Slayer.
A
So-
sheet of metal with an edge.
Yeah.
You know what they call that? They call that an edger. I call that a bulldozer.
Yeah. But that's just it. For him to wield that, his strength has to be astronomical. Because
That's the point, though. Anime swords are stupid. Nobody
they're
in
like-
real life
How big
could
is
hold
each
half.
No. there are been people who train to be able to properly wield a weapon that size and that weight and everything. Because on TikTok, at least I think it was on TikTok.
It's the law.
I mean, think about it. Look, if you
There's a
learn how to use
dude who
momentum-
seems legit, who goes, okay, this is my day 3 of training to be able to wield Guts' blade. And everything. Because there are people out there are blacksmiths out there
Yeah.
who will forge anime accurate
Oh, what's his
weapons.
name on YouTube? I can't remember.
I know you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about?
He's on-
You know what I'm talking about.
I may have seen him, so I don't know because I've seen a few.
He's not really a blacksmith, but he just takes
just-
stuff and he
yeah,
grinds
make-
it all up there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are and everything else like that. So it's like there are people out there who can wield this stuff very accurately. Because one thing with swords that big, they've even said historically, it's not a very practical weapon. It's just a massive, like a warhammer. You're just taking it basically in one direction. That direction then leaves you completely open because you have to wait a second for that momentum to stop to be able to swing a different direction.
But yeah. So yeah, with all that done,
Yes.
all right. If y'all like the challenges, let us know. And
Okay.
if not, let us know as well.
Yep, we probably will show drop a couple more, and everything else like that because it's mainly probably going between us and our buddies, the Sky Orcas. Tommy will probably more likely put a link down into their profile or at least one to their videos for you guys to check them out.
And if you guys got a challenge for us, hit us up.
Yeah,
We'll love to do them.
Drop them in the comments.
yeah.
Drop the comments, email us. We got it all up there.
It
Like
could
I
be
said-
anime only. It could be, let's go anime versus superheroes. Whatever y'all want us to do.
Like I said, we're
Mainly
all,
anime.
as long as it's an animated something, we'll be good to go.
Yeah, but you guys can even drop stuff like, what would happen if... Here we go. What would happen if Superman got a hold of the Berserk armor?
He doesn't need it.
Or even Batman got a hold of
If y'all want us to talk about broken things in life.
We gotta stop. We'll get into another whole hour on that right there. All right, all right.
But yeah,
But yeah.
we're more than willing to
Listen to your challenge.
listen to your challenges or even ask, like we said before, if you got a question about something, give us the heads up. And we'll more than be happy to go into depth, do the research for you and everything else like that. It might be a couple episodes before we talk about it, just so we can do the research. But we're more than happy to help you guys out with stuff.
And with that, we're TNT.
Yep.
We'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Next week we will be covering My Hero Academia and the quirks.
Yes.
So we just letting y'all know that this week.
Yes.
That should be something pretty. But
All right.
Yep.
Y'all have a good week.
See ya.
Bye.